So now we have an example like this one. And we are going to multiply using our x method again. So we got our s minus 5 times s. So I'm going to write s times s minus 5. So it doesn't matter which order we write it in, because again, multiplication is commutative. And then we got the 12 times the 2. 12 times 2. Okay? And we can distribute s times s is s squared. S times negative 5, negative 5s. So just so this is clear, this is a 5, not an s. It's the number 5. Okay? Because a lot of people say my 5s look like s's. Okay? And we got the 12 times the 2, and we got a 24. Okay. And now we are going to use something that we've been practicing in class to solve this. We were learning how to solve by factoring. And so we are going to set everything equal to 0. So the first step in solving by factoring is we are setting everything equal to 0. So we got s squared minus 5s. And then we're going to subtract 24 on both sides. So I'm going to write minus 24 equals 0. Okay? So I want you guys to make sure you're copying down these notes. And when you copy down these notes, I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to post it in the Google Classroom assignment when you submit it, so I can give you guys a class work grade. We're going to do our x method. On the top, I am going to put the number negative 24, so this number right here, and on the bottom, we're going to put the negative 5. Okay, what two numbers multiply to give you negative 24 and add to give you negative 5? So let's think of our numbers that could possibly work for this situation. So we could do 1 times negative 24, right? You add those, that doesn't give you negative 5. We can do 2 times negative 12. Add those, you don't get negative 5. We could do 3 times 8, right? 3 times 8 gives you 24, and 3 times negative 8 gives you negative 24. And what's 3 plus negative 8? That would give us negative 5. So this is our winner right here. So we got the 3 and we got the negative 8. Okay, and then we are going to put it over s. Okay, and I'm going to erase this for now. Okay, and so we're going to write s plus 3, s minus 8 equals 0. And now we're going to see why it gives us two different solutions. Okay, we're going to write this as two separate equations. We got the s plus 3 equals 0. We got the s minus 8 equals 0. We're going to subtract 3 on both sides. We got s equals negative 3. Now we got s equals, we're going to add 8 on both sides. S equals 8. So these are our two solutions. So s equals 8, right? Is that what we got? S equals 8 and s equals negative 3. Okay? That's perfect. Let's do one last example. So I'm going to multiply q times q minus 7. So we're going to do q times q minus 7. And then we got the 1 times 5q minus 32. 1 times anything is just itself, right? So I'm just going to write 5q minus 32. I'll write the 1 in front of it so that you guys can see. But 1 times anything is just itself. So when I distribute this, we get q squared minus 7q. And this just becomes 5q minus 32. Okay? And we're going to solve by factoring again. So we're going to set everything equal to 0. We're going to subtract 5q on both sides. Oh, that's a weird q. I'm going to rewrite that. Subtract 5q. Ooh, my q's are coming out weird today. Minus 5q minus 5q. These cancel out. We get q squared minus 12q equals negative 32. Then I'm going to add 32 on both sides. Great. And then we got q squared minus 12q plus 32 equals 0. Okay. We're going to use our x method again. On the top, we're going to get the 32. So C is going to be on the top, and then we got on the bottom negative 12. Okay? Now what two numbers multiply, and it's going to give us 32, and we're going to add, and it's going to give us negative 12. So 1 times 32, that doesn't work. 2 times 16, that doesn't work. 3 doesn't go into 32. 4 times 8, okay. 4 plus 8 is 12, and a negative times a negative is a positive, so negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 32, and it adds to give you negative 12. So negative 4 times negative 8 add to give you negative 12 and multiply to give you 32. We're going to write it over q. So we got q minus 4, and we got q minus 8 equals 0. And we're going to set them up as two separate equations. So q minus 4 equals 0. Q minus 8 equals 0. Add 4 on both sides. Q equals 4. And Q equals, add 8 on both sides. 8. Perfect. Perfection.